American University's Graduate Gateway program provides a premier educational opportunity for students to gain an edge as they transition to work
to mean that they had to vote in favor
for graduate study. You can make invaluable contacts, explore graduate-level coursework, and obtain hands-on experience in the best internships in Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C. is really the center of the world, and so it's a great place for students to be. D.C. is host to a number of endless possibilities for students coming here.
Just to get our name out there and connect us with the important people in Washington so we could network and ultimately find jobs.
It's a way for students that have decided that they want to pursue a graduate studies to get their foot in the door.
The Graduate Gateway program provided me the opportunity to work in the financial markets industry over here.
I spent 3 to 4 days a week interning, and I got to know my supervisors really well. I got to know the feeling of the company really well, and I learned a lot of skills that I wouldn't have learned otherwise.
This is experiential learning in its essence.
My professor was John Calabrese, teaching international relations, and he was amazing.
I weave into the curriculum opportunities to interact with practitioners. These practitioners are in our classrooms, or we are in their conference rooms.
The main thing that the Graduate Gateway program has taught me is that there are enormous, extraordinary opportunities in public history available. And Washington is a landscape that has variety that one can't even dream of.
From all over the country, students come here, and all over the world, in fact, and to actually sit in the court where you're sitting with, say, members of the Canadian Supreme Court that have come to watch also, and students will come back to class and like, geez, I was really in the United States Supreme Court. I was here experiencing it live.
All the professors that teach in this program are people who have been professionals in their field.
So they like having a professor that works in the policy arena, that's been involved in advising governments and advising businesses.
She has just this flair for teaching global business and trade that made me really interested in politics and economics and everything about Washington, D.C.
For me, public history is the richest and most exciting and challenging history that I could be involved in.
Amy Henderson is my seminar professor, and she's amazing. It's great because she opened 2 shows this year at the National Portrait Gallery, and it's so much fun to be able to talk to a historian and someone who's actually planning and making exhibits.
When I think of Graduate Gateway program, the first thing that comes to mind is Iris Krasnow, my professor.
We're telling them, oh, don't be so nervous about the next step. Relax into the next step. We got you covered. You know, we're here to help place you in the best possible internship.
I interned at DC Magazine, which is a modern luxury publication. I was an editorial assistant.
I interned at the Department of Commerce, specifically with the Economic Development Administration.
My internship at Slate.com meant that I worked at a blog called XX, which is a blog about women's issues.
I think Washington, D.C. is definitely the place to be because it has so many different faces.
You will feel right at home in DC, and I guarantee you will not be homesick.
There's a lot of energy here. There's a lot of people here driven to succeed.
After going through this program, I have more of an idea of what I want to do, and I definitely know that it's probably going to be here in DC.
I am now a student at American University doing a master's program, so Grad Gateway basically helped me to launch me on this professional and academic career.
We go to Smithsonian museums, we go to archives, we go to historic preservation sites at the national level. So the places in the Washington landscape are absolutely unparalleled.
Being at the White House or the Supreme Court or National Geographic or the Washington Post or Politico.com or all these great places we take our students.
The key people at these museums and archives and institutions are the people we meet with every week.
With the Gateway program, my internship led to a full-time job.
We like nothing more than when we have a student come to us and say, I found a job that this is going to be the perfect job for me. This is exactly what I want to do.
I worked really hard and they saw that and they offered me a full-time job.
I want to thank Grad Gateway program for giving me an awesome, amazing experience and for opening new doors and starting my life in the U.S. It was truly wonderful.
We are the gateway to the rest of your life.